Hello everyone, it's me Susan. So this is the assignment for stage 2 ball bounce animation. So from the previous video I showed my storyboard, which is literally like right over here for me to look at. So as you can see I finalized it. So this was my mistake, but there's supposed to be a rough pass and then the final pass, which is like the rough pass is basically only with keyframes, and then the final pass is just like with keyframes and the in-betweens. I was supposed to show both of those, and as you can see I'm on the final pass, which is my fault, but I'll try to explain what my rough pass was. But yeah, my mistake. My mistake. Ugh. So I did use keyframes for the background, so I don't have to keep putting frame for the background. There is keyframes in the beginning, and then there's a keyframe right here, which is kind of like a pause when the ball is like squished. So if I click over here, that's with the ball squished. So there is like that. So in the beginning, so when the ball falls, it's slow. So I wanted the ball to be slow, and then you know how if the ball is going for gravity, obviously it's going to go faster. So I made it slow in the beginning. At first, for my rough pass, I did put too many keyframes, so it looked a little like a laggy. So I was like, okay, for my final, I'm just going to go ahead and just delete some of those keyframes, and I did, and it looks a little better. So it is slow at first, and then it goes quick. I was in my head for the rough pass with the keyframes. In the beginning, I was thinking, okay, so if I put more keyframes, it's gonna go kind of like, how do I explain this? So kind of like I put more keyframes for the first part. So this part, it's gonna stay, right? And then it's slowly gonna go like slow motion. That's what in my head I was thinking, but it didn't look like that. It looked really laggy. So I was like, okay, so that's not the case. So keyframe is basically holding its place instead of you just kind of like doing a frame and then just redoing what you're gonna do. So keyframe just holds it. So I just did one for each, and then it goes quickly. I just kind of wanted, like, I thought in the rough pass I basically thought, oh, it's gonna slowly smooth in into quickness. No, it did not do that. It just looked laggy, and I just was like, oh. So that was something I figured out during the rough pass. So my final pass, I did get rid of those keyframes, and it's just one to make it look slower, but not like for it to point it looks laggy. So let me go ahead and actually like show. So I figured out so wait, first things first, onion skin, I didn't realize we were able to move this to see like more. So if I didn't realize we can move these to see how far. Or unless I did discover that, I don't know. But I mentioned I did, and I'm talking about it again. But yeah, I did find that out. And then I found out there's a little loop thing. I was over here just clicking play over and over again. I didn't realize this was a loop. Yeah, and it's right in front of my face too, and I just I didn't even see it. All right, so here's how my final looks like. So in my head, it looks very like it looks smooth but a little janky. You can see the little slowness in the beginning, and then it goes quick when it hits the bottom, and you can see the small little squish that I wanted, the little bit. I did have trouble doing that little squash part when it's going like inward of the ball. I was trying to morph because I did shape. I did use the shape tool to do this because I don't know. I could maybe I would have liked it more if I did like draw the circle and go down and down and down, but I didn't do that. So I think that's another mistake I also did. My fault. Because I think I would have probably liked it more if I just drew the circle and kept going and going. So I did have problems with shaping the shape. Even though in my storyboard I did like use the shape tool, and then I drew like the squish part. The squish or squash? One of the two words, but I didn't do it for this one. I think it's because in my head, when I'm drawing, it's just so annoying with the pen tool, and I didn't want to deal with resizing it. I just didn't want to deal with it, so I just squished it and morphed it. So I basically morphed the shape Um, those were basically my challenges and the things that I did. I kind of wished I was paying attention and I was able to show the rough pass, but like I'm showing my final pass, and I hope my explanation for the rough pass is like okay. But I did explain what I did in the rough pass, so I hope that's okay. I don't know, but I think other than that, it was an experience. I do like what I did. I just kind of wish I just didn't like, you know, like I wish I drew it, but at the same time I'm like I kind of like it like this. The one thing I kind of wish it was longer, but I know with gravity it's not going to happen. Um there really isn't much to say. I really basically said everything that I wanted to say. So, yes. So my rough pass was basically me figuring out what the keyframes about. Basically, keyframe is gonna stay in place. Not what I was thinking that's gonna make it. Oh, it's gonna make it like like a smooth transaction to the fast. No, it made it laggy, and I was like, ew. So that's a no. And then I found out about the loop stuff, and then keyframe is holding the background, which is great, wonderful. I don't have to keep making frames. But other than that, that's basically it. I hope this is okay for my first time actually doing this. I like it. I know it can be better or maybe worse. I don't know, but I think this is a decent job for me. So, yeah. Okay, let me stop talking. But thank you for sitting here and watching me talk about this. I do kind of want to go and edit this a little bit more. I want to fix it. I don't know what, I don't even, the thing is, I want to fix it, but I don't know what's there to fix. Because I think it could be better. Like, I think it could be more smoother. I don't think it could be a little janky. Um, it just feels a little stiff. Like, if it looks smooth, but in my head it looks a little stiff because the ball is so, like, in one place. I guess it doesn't really look animated to me. It just kind of looks like stiffness. Just like a moving ball up and down, and that's it. I think that's the point, but it's okay. So thank you for listening to me. Yeah. Thank you.